Good morning everybody, and by the time you receive this video we're already into June and the run to the end of the year. Isn't it amazing how quickly this year has gone and so much has been achieved, and we've faced many opportunities and challenges through the last 12 months. From 1 July the clock starts back to zero and the year starts again. And we have a lot of opportunities going into the next 12 months, but we also have a number of challenges. And just hot off the press, an announcement that came through last night, which came from the FSC, and it's in relation to a letter that has been delivered by Minister Shorten. And I want to quote to you something that he said here. And he said, "Consistent with my announcement, my preference is a form of industry self-regulation in this area." His letter said, "I look forward to your advice on the progress of the implementation of an industry anti-churn standard." Now, I want to start off by giving you my view around this. And many of you have heard me say this before. We do not have a churn problem in this industry, and from my perspective, the language is totally inappropriate. What we're seeing within our industry is an increase in lapses. Now, what you have to do is look at what the underlying issues are that's driving these lapses. It starts with us as an industry, it starts with us as manufacturers. We spend a lot of our time working out how we can leapfrog each other for better definitions and cheaper premiums, and we focus on price. When we're in an economic environment where the consumer is doing it tough and they've got their electricity bills, they need to put food on the table and they need to pay kids' school fees, they will come to you and say, "I can't afford this increase." And the reason is, first of all, they don't see the value in the products that they have. Secondly, they don't have a relationship with us as a manufacturer, it's with you. So naturally they will turn to you and ask for help. As an advisor, you have a responsibility to react to that client's request. And the choices you have is to either reconfirm to the client that the product that they have is the right product and it is the most appropriate product for their needs. Or the choice you have is to go out and find them an alternative. From my perspective, you're doing the job that we would expect you to do. So the word churn is inappropriate. However, we must think about it from an industry point of view. We must think about what's this telling us. And what it's telling us is the world that we've operated in for so long has changed. It means that we have to start looking at the way we shift the focus to value and advice and relationships, and move away from this ridiculous process of trying to create a cheap premium that doesn't deliver the return on capital to the shareholders and causes a whole heap of unsustainable activity. It means that we must work together. And I know that in these blogs I've already talked about the importance of sustainability, and I will continue to talk about it. It's about industry leadership. And leadership is a difficult conversation because there's no first mover advantage, particularly around this topic. But if I genuinely believe that as an industry we need to set it up for the future and not think about the short term, then that's my responsibility. For me, I've just turned 50. And when you turn 50, it's a time of reflection. You think about your past and you think about the future. And if you believe the life expectancy tables from the actuaries, I've got less time in the future than I've had in the past. The same can be applied to the industry. I've spent half of my life in this fantastic industry and I've got less time going forward. But I have a moral and ethical obligation to make sure that I set this industry up, if I can, through conversations with you and driving change in our industry for future generations. It's not about short-termism. It's about thinking about the long-term view of this industry and what we need to change. Over the next few months, my role is to engage with the market and start to work through what we need to do. The talking is over. It's now time to act. And the challenge I'd like to give to all of you is to start to work on how we can self-regulate so that we don't have these sort of letters coming to the industry to say we want you to develop a policy on anti-churn behaviour. It's about us taking control of our future, it's about us working together, and it's about us engaging with your customers so that they see value, not just premium price. I really look forward to working with all of you over the next 12 months, and this is going to be a great year ahead, but I can guarantee you it will be a tough year. Because not only do we have to face the challenges of FOFA and regulatory reform, but I also think we need to face the challenges of a sustainable future and what that means to your business and what it means to our business and what it means to the consumer. Have a great end of financial year and I look forward to seeing you in the new year. Thank you.